This chart compares the known oil reserves of the Middle East to a newly confirmed deposit hidden at the bottom of the world. Beneath 5 kilometers of ice, Antarctica is sitting on roughly 511 billion barrels of untouched oil. In any other region on Earth, a resource pool of this size would trigger an immediate geopolitical gold rush, but this wealth remains entirely untouched. Historically, simply attempting to reach the center of the Antarctic continent was a guaranteed death sentence. When early explorers like Roald Amundsen and Robert Falcon Scott raced to the South Pole in 1911, they were navigating a frozen graveyard. While Amundsen barely survived the trek, Scott's entire expedition team was wiped out, succumbing to extreme starvation and frostbite before they could ever return home. Antarctic ice behaves as an active, hostile force, systematically destroying those who underestimate the power required to cross it. The extreme danger begins with a specific physical anomaly unique to the South Pole: katabatic winds. This cross-section shows how katabatic winds form. Air over the high-altitude plateau rapidly cools, becoming dense. Gravity pulls this freezing air down coastal slopes, accelerating into 300-kilometer-per-hour blizzards. These winds strip atmospheric moisture, dropping humidity to near zero, instantly freezing and dehydrating exposed skin. Combine that freezing, dry wind with blowing snow, and you get a phenomenon known as a whiteout. The sky and the ground blend into a single, featureless void that completely strips away all visual depth and sense of direction. If you lose your bearings in a whiteout, you are at the mercy of the continent's hidden mechanical traps. Thin surface snow conceals deep blue crevasses, plunging over 100 feet deep, that easily swallow people and heavy machinery without a trace. You cannot navigate this space by treating it like a snowy, earthly landscape. Surviving the perimeter of Antarctica requires the exact same logistical discipline as landing on a hostile alien planet. Despite these violent physics, humanity has successfully established a foothold. We built permanent, year-round research towns on the ice, like the sprawling industrial complex of McMurdo Station, which supports thousands of people. Keeping a population alive here requires a deeply precarious supply chain. Since local agriculture is impossible, a massive annual cargo drop must deliver every ounce of perishable food the station will consume for the entire year. Power generation faces extreme constraints. In the 1960s, the US installed a nuclear reactor to power the base, but the punishing weather heavily damaged the structure, forcing a shutdown. Today, the entire settlement relies entirely on a constant stream of imported diesel fuel to keep from freezing over. This orbital model maps the station's digital isolation. Commercial geostationary satellites don't cover the extreme poles, creating a restricted bottleneck. The base gets only 4 to 5 hours of daily connectivity when specific iridium satellites pass overhead. Human existence on the ice hangs by a thread. It is a completely unnatural settlement, held together by meticulously engineered, heavily constrained logistical lifelines. Why spend billions of dollars engineering a lifeline in a frozen wasteland? Because this extreme environment acts as a pristine, untouched data vault for scientists. The exact conditions that kill humans make it perfect for astronomy. That 0% humidity removes atmospheric water molecules that usually distort light and radio waves. This eliminates visual noise, giving instruments like the South Pole Telescope Earth's clearest possible window into deep space. This pristine environment has yielded immense breakthroughs. It allowed us to capture the very first image of a black hole, and its ice sheets act as a perfectly preserved archive, letting researchers drill ancient ice cores that reveal millions of years of Earth's climate data. The dry, frozen hostility that makes the continent deadly to biological life is precisely what preserves its scientific data so perfectly. Now that we have the advanced infrastructure and the supply lines to survive the ice, the obvious question returns: why are the world's superpowers completely ignoring those 511 billion barrels of oil? The answer lies in the Antarctic Treaties of 1959 and 1991. They legally designate the entire continent as a demilitarized zone, where all forms of commercial mining and resource extraction are strictly banned. Breaking this treaty carries massive physical consequences. Antarctica holds 90% of all the ice on Earth. Setting up heavy industrial mining operations would inevitably heat and fracture the ice sheet. This data visualization projects the immediate consequence of that scenario. There is a direct volumetric correlation between Antarctic ice melt and rising global sea levels. If commercial greed melts the southern ice, the resulting ocean surge would drown coastal cities around the entire globe. The Antarctic Treaty serves as a global survival pact. Leaving the resources untouched prevents our mutual destruction. Protecting this landmass now requires strict biosecurity protocols. Every visitor must sterilize their boots, gear, and clothing before stepping off the ship to prevent the introduction of foreign microbes. This ecosystem has been completely isolated for millions of years. Bringing in even a single microscopic foreign pathogen triggers a devastating biological reaction because the local organisms have zero built-in immunity. We are already seeing the cracks. A deadly strain of avian flu has breached the perimeter, arriving on the sub-Antarctic islands and actively killing off local populations of seals and penguins. And the biological threat goes both ways. Deep within the frozen permafrost lie dormant, tens of thousands of years old biological agents. If human interference or rising temperatures melt this ice, it could release ancient zombie viruses back into the modern world. Antarctica remains a biological ticking time bomb. While we have engineered temporary paths through the cold, the continued safety of the global environment relies on our absolute refusal to disturb this landmass. We remain uninvited guests on a continent that remains its own master.